One of the first videos I made when I started this channel was on the block-pushing puzzle masterpieces of the Adventures of Lolo series. When it comes to solving puzzles through way of pushing blocks around, it's hard to top those three, but there is another block-pushing puzzler in town. Meet Kickle. What's up with this guy? As the story goes, Kickle wakes up one day to find that his homeland, the Fantasy Kingdom, was turned to ice by the wicked Wizard King. Oh no! The king has imprisoned all of the people, including Kickle's friends and family, in dream bags. That's right, dream bags. Somehow only Kickle is unaffected, how convenient, and he sets out to save the kingdom with his special freezing breath. There are 4 different theme stages. The stages don't really give off the vibe of their theme until you finish a level. For example, this is a stage in the Garden Land, but obviously doesn't look very garden-y, right? But when you finish the level, a circle of carrots surround you for a hearty congratulations. They could have done more with the themes, that's all I'm saying, but it's not that crucial. Anyway, there's Garden Land, there's Fruit Land, a Cake Land, and a Toy Land. You have to collect all the dream bags, usually 3 on each level. The dream bags are the little red flashing bags that your friend and family are just chilling in. But there are obstacles in your way, including gaps in the ice and enemies. You use your ice breath by pressing B to freeze an enemy into a cube that you can now kick in a direction. You want to kick the ice across the water gaps to form bridges to get you closer to the bags. There are also other treats and such around you can collect for points, but they aren't crucial. There are also random pickups like this ring that clears the screen and then lets you pick flowers for bonus points. You can also place your own ice pillars or barriers using the A button. These allow you to push blocks into one side to redirect them in a different direction, and they also help block in some enemies from annoying you while you're trying to solve the puzzle. As you go, more enemies and obstacles start being introduced. For example, there's this hammer switch you can use to redirect a cube, and there's these cannons that continually respawn and launch bombs at you. Toward the end, the game can get pretty hairy, like this level in Toyland, where you have to navigate between what I suppose is electricity to reach the dream bags. The levels can get a little tedious, but nothing too obscure or difficult. Each land has about 16 or 17 levels with a boss fight at the end. All of the bosses can be defeated using the same recipe. They launch a big object that breaks on impact, and you shove a piece of the broken object back at the boss just as you would an ice cube to attack it. These can be over pretty quickly if you're on your toes. The game is forgiving with infinite continues and passwords for every level. If you get a game over, you can request the password for the very level you died in so you can start right back there with all your lives. That's a nice touch because, like I said, while this game isn't on the level of difficulty of, say, Adventures of Lolo 3, it still presents an adequate level of challenge in later levels. And the levels are timed, and while that won't be an issue often, it means you can't sit there too long mulling over your strategy. Kickle Cubicle is a highly recommended adventure puzzle game on the NES. It does a great job of gradually elevating the difficulty and introducing new concepts and obstacles to overcome. It has a good use of color and animation that really drives home the fantasy world concept despite being mostly ice and water, and I'm pretty sure the third boss is a Ninja Turtle. Give Kickle Cubicle a try if you can. Once again, if you enjoy Kickle Cubicle or games like it, check out the Adventures of Lolo series I covered in a previous video. Kickle Cubicle was released 3 months sooner in Japan on the Famicom, and that version has some notable differences. For example, the Japanese version has more enemies, as is common for many Japanese Famicom games compared to their North American counterparts, and players can choose to play the stages in any order, where that order is fixed on the NES version. The original version of Kickle Cubicle was on the arcade, released in 1988. It plays basically the same, but looks quite a bit better as you'd expect. Alright, that does it for Kickle Cubicle on the NES. Avoid toe injuries and don't kick giant blocks of ice, and thanks for watching.